Last May 2022, I did a video on a replica of the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade Grail diary that I had purchased off of a link on Facebook. Yeah, I know, Facebook. It was from a Chinese company, and they made the diary look so authentic, so cool, that I just couldn't help myself, so I bought one. And I wrote a review and I did a video. I'll link to the video and the review in the description below so you can go take a look. But, long story short, it sucked. It was not a true replica. It was pretty crappy. Let me show you. Here it is. I wrapped it back up because I didn't want to look at it because it reminds me of the fact that I was silly enough to believe that what I saw was what I was going to get. But that review and video got some attention both on my website and here on YouTube. I was approached by the company Ramseyprops to see if I'd be interested in reviewing one of their handmade Grail diaries. I said sure, and that was a year ago. They just recently contacted me to send me one, and I was thrilled to receive it. And here it is. I have not opened it yet. Here's the crappy one. Here's the one from Ramseyprops. There's already a difference in the size, can you tell? Does size matter? I don't know. What will we find inside? Will it be another disappointment? Or will it be amazing? Let's open them both up and do a comparison and see if what you pay for is what you get. So let's remember that this one on the left is the one that I bought from Facebook, and this one on the right is from Ramseyprops. Now, first of all, the very first thing that I notice, let me remove the twine on this one, and let me go ahead and do the same on the other one. Different kinds of twine, which is not a big deal. Both are wrapped in craft type paper. This one, everything is printed on it. These stamps aren't real stamps that are stuck to the package. This isn't a label that is stuck to the package, and nothing is real here or made to look authentic. It's just printed on a printer. But the Ramseyprops version, this is a real label that's stuck on the package, and these are replicas of stamps. At least I don't think that they're real Italian stamps, but they're stuck to the package. So that makes it look a lot more authentic to me. So now let's just go ahead, and I'm going to open this one first. And this is how I received it. And now, for the first time, I have not opened this. I have not looked at it. So this is the first time that I'm looking at it. And I can already tell just by 1 second of looking at it that this is amazing. First of all, it just looks like a leather. I'm going to smell it here. It's leather. This is a leather book. This one came with a bunch of papers attached to the front of the notebook with this elastic band. There's some maps. There are some odd documents that don't even go with this Grail diary, like the music from the movie. So I'm not sure why they included that stuff, but they did. Now let's take a quick look at this notebook. It's just a regular notebook, but when you open it up, you can see that it has busted open. And that happened within days of me doing the review and the video. It just broke open. And it wasn't like I was manhandling it. It just happened. Let's take a quick look inside here. You can tell that the pages don't look old at all. And yeah, so that's that one. Now, let's take a look at this one. Let's remove this elastic band. And it just feels so nice. I can smell the leather from a foot or two away. Inside, it just looks and feels like it's been around for a couple hundred years. It has some papers attached to some of these pages, kind of glued in. There's a letter from, or a note from Henry Jones. Let's compare the books as far as the pages that are inside, just to see if they match real quick, just for a few of the pages. So the Chinese version starts off with that, and that is not what is in the Ramseyprops version. Ramseyprops version starts out with this note from Henry Jones. Let's see if they ever do match here. That doesn't match. Neither does that. Where do we match? Okay. So at this point, these two pages match. And then what happens here? Do we... And they don't match there. So, and you can also tell that some of this type just gets cut off the way that they printed it. So let's forget about that and let's just go on with this. Here's what feels like an authentic photo. It's even aged where it's like bent. There's another photo. Again, it's been aged with a authentic looking fold. A railway ticket stub. It's just really cool. There's a note that's been inserted. Even has a coffee stain. There's a tip-in. If you are a journaler, you probably know what a tip-in is. It's where they attach a large piece of paper and then fold it so that you can look at it later. So that's a map. Here's another like ticket, and it uses different paper. It's not like all these little inserts use the same paper, so they all kind of feel real. And we all know this is from a movie, so it's not real, but it does feel somewhat real. This is cool. See how the edges are torn off? It feels really old and fragile. Another photo. Newspaper. A card. I just like the way that they have so much attention to detail here. Here is like a newspaper clipping that's actually been glued to this page. This isn't printed. It's a piece of paper that's been glued to the page. Here's another photo of something. That's what feels like and looks like a newspaper clipping. So this is so much better. That's pretty cool. Little tickets for something or other. This is like a banknote, and that really has a great texture to it. It feels like a real banknote. And so does this one. And these pieces of paper, ephemera, just look and feel so authentic. I mean, you feel like you have the real, if Indiana Jones was a real life character, you kind of feel like you have a authentic diary. There are more banknotes that have this really great texture to them. Another one. Here is a really cool map that's been attached. Almost has a waxy feel to it. Now that feels, let's compare this. Let me just do this really quick, because I remember there was one of these in here someplace, if I can find it. The Chinese version is just a piece of printed paper with nothing on the back. But the Ramseyprops version actually looks like a real wrapper. It has these stamps on the front that are real stamps that have been like glued to the package, and this isn't printed. Well, this part is, but it's actually another label that's been glued to this like paper bag type material. So that is just another great attention to detail that Ramseyprops has compared to the Chinese knockoff version. So let's keep going here, try to finish this up. There's another letter. There's some color there. A ticket to a lecture. A Western Union telegram. Looks like another newspaper clipping. There's a clipping. There's is this a banknote? Bank of England for £10. 1927. That feels really cool, the paper. There's a railway ticket. Another telegram. Okay, this is kind of cool. Let's take a look at this in more detail. This is like wax paper, kind of like a vellum for a rubbing. Oh wow. So this is pretty fantastic. I've gone to a lot of trouble to do this because this almost feels like they've done it with like a crayon. I can't tell if it's been printed or if it's real crayon, but that is cool. It's like an etching on a gravestone or a monument. So let's fold that back up. And find a place. That goes back in here. You could spend hours just going through this book, looking at all the inserts. See how shiny that paper is? It's just that all these little inserts are different paper. Look how they've aged that to look old with the dark markings and things. Added a postcard with, again, there's actually a stamp stuck on here. I think we're in the home stretch. Yep, we're back to the empty pages and this really cool map. I have to say that if you're a fan of the Indiana Jones movies, that this is something that is just going to fascinate you. You're going to enjoy going through it. It's just really an outstanding replica. Makes you want to go out and try to find the Holy Grail. I went back and I read the emails from Mark from Ramseyprops. He's the one that offered me this diary, which, by the way, I want to mention again if I didn't before, these are handmade. And after reading the emails again, I remembered that he told me that the fake book, well, they're both fake, of course, but the Chinese version, that they had actually ripped off the pictures that he did in his version. So him and his girlfriend at the time even contacted the FTC to try to get them to take him down, but I don't think that they've had much luck other than getting some of the scam ads taken down from Facebook. But Mark is a great guy, and they have a real attention to detail with these replica books, as you can tell. They age them, they weather them, they've gone through different papers for the banknotes to make them feel more authentic, and I can tell you that when I was going through them, I really felt like that they were dollar bills, just the way that they felt. If you want one of these, you're going to have to pay a premium, and it's worth it because they are really well made. A Ramseyprops Grail diary is going to cost you $250. I don't know what I spent on that fake one, maybe $70, something around that range, and it was probably worth $10, if that. I think you're going to really get what you pay for if you are a fan of Indiana Jones, if you're a fan of journaling, if you're a fan of cool pop culture. This is something that you'll probably drool over and really appreciate in your collection. I know I am. I really like it. I'll have fun going through it, and I think I'll find something new every time. So if you're interested in buying one of these, I'll have the link in the description below. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to mention that Mark told me that a girlfriend of a documentary filmmaker bought her boyfriend one of these Grail diary replicas, and he was working on a documentary of the making of the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny movie. And he took this Grail diary replica with him on the movie set on the last day. Harrison Ford was there, and he let him look at it. And Harrison Ford thought it was pretty cool, and he actually signed the diary. Is that awesome or what? I wish I had that one. I can't wait for the new movie. If you can't wait too, if you would love one of these too, let me know in the comments below what you think about this one compared to my dud one. Have a great day.